Hey guys, so I just got back from seeing The Miracle Club. Yeah, if you probably thought that Mission Impossible was my only movie I was reviewing this week, you're wrong. I kind of thought that was going to be the case too, but then I got word that my theater, Regal Cinemas, was playing The Miracle Club. To which my response was, and probably a lot of people's response was what the fuck is that? um, to I initially thought, okay, because of the title, okay, this is a new religious movie, indie religious movie that no one's ever fucking heard of, only except a few select people that always go to these kinds of things, including me, because I'm a glutton for punishment. Uh, and it's usually either generic or bad or sometimes you get offensive or somewhere in between. And I'm like, oh well. It's like, oh, great. Now I'm looking at the movie, the plot synopsis. I went, wait a minute, this sounds familiar. And I went, oh yeah, I think. And I looked at the cast list of Laura Linney, Kathy Bates, Maggie Smith. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember getting a trailer for this. I was like, yeah, it's about like Maggie Smith and Kathy Bates live in Ireland, and then Kathy Bates has an Irish accent. I remember that going, what the hell? And I was like, that's weird. And then I'm like, yeah, I remember getting a trailer for this like one time or so, and I remember it didn't look bad. All right, fuck it. It's like this is a random movie to put out on the same weekend as Mission Impossible. That's nobody's gonna fucking see. I mean, like, I don't, I don't know what is going on with Hollywood anymore. Well, hell, right now there's a fucking two massive strikes going on, and we're probably going to be seeing less movies come out next year as it is. So, fuck it. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was not. I was indifferent. I didn't have no major opinion about this movie going in, and I figured it'd probably be fine with everybody that's in it. All the good actors are in it. I'm sure it'll be fine. And yeah, it was fine. That's basically my review of it. It was a fine movie. Um, I wasn't the only one in the theater, by the way. I was the youngest person in the theater. I think they just let a retirement home out, and everybody decided to go to the theaters to see the Miracle Club, I guess. Or it might be a lot of religious. It's a Sunday that I saw this, so maybe it's a lot of religious people that thought because of the title, like me, this is some kind of religious movie and went to see it. But it isn't. It isn't a religious movie at the same fucking time. If you don't know what the plot is, it's about Kathy Bates and Maggie Smith are a group of friends that live in a neighborhood in Ireland where their one friend, Laura Linney's mom, has died, and Laura Linney was um, somebody who left Ireland and left her mom 40 years ago and has not returned to Ireland and decides to come back when her funeral happens. And there's some resentment and some past issues that Maggie Smith and Kathy Bates have with Laura Linney and why she left and leaving her mom and her mom missing her this whole time, and they don't really give her really a warm welcome, especially Kathy Bates' character. Even though Maggie Smith has some reasons to have some mixed feelings about her coming back, but as you find out, but yeah, so it becomes a movie about also where there's a priest, a church in this local town of Ireland that every year they have like a talent show where the church holds, and the priest gives free tickets to whoever wins this talent show to people or to the people that won this talent show to get a trip to the town of Lourdes, France. I think it's Lourdes, France, where there's a like where it's said that miracles happen and some religious stuff happens, or Virgin Mary was seen at one point or something like that. And there's supposedly an area where people go there when they have like illnesses or disorders, and they get cured by miracle or some shit like that. One of those kinds of places. And so they all desire to go there for their own kind, different reasons. Kathy Bates has like a lump on her breast or something like that. I forget what Maggie Smith. Not really. There's different reasons why Maggie Smith wants to go, but there's also this lady who's a friend of theirs in the neighborhood who has a mute child that she thinks if she takes him to this place, he will be able to speak again. Actually, he never was able to speak in the first place. So she has this hope. Honestly, I've never seen this girl in a movie before. Apparently, she's been in a lot of British productions and stuff like that. But she was really good. I liked her. I thought she carried her own in a movie that features such powerhouse actors like Laura Linney, Kathy Bates, and Maggie Smith, who all are fucking great actresses, especially people like Maggie Smith and Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates, who I've said multiple times is a national treasure and is one of my favorite fucking people. I love her to death. I loved her in this year. She was in that Are You There, Margaret? Or Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which she was really great in that. That was a great movie too. That I don't think a lot of people saw, but that was a really good movie. But yeah, like everybody's really good in the movie. It's really well acted. It's like as you expect with this fucking kind of movie. It's nothing that memorable. It goes in a lot of directions that you expect. It does have a couple surprises in the fact that there's a point in this movie, towards the end of the movie, it starts talking about becoming like a movie about abortions and miscarriages, forced miscarriages, it kind of becomes like, I was like, wow, I did not expect this movie to go in that direction, because there's something like that with a miscarriage that caused the rift between Laura Linney and her mom and Maggie Smith and Kathy Bates, and it's pretty horrifying. Like I don't know 100% involves like a bathtub of boiling water and whiskey. I don't know if that was a thing that happened. I'm sure it did back in the day because abortions weren't. This is set during a time that abortions weren't prevalent during that time. So yeah, are available, that rapidly available like nowadays. I'm not getting into debate about but it kind of shows a point of view from the person that had to make that decision and like how horrifying it is what they had to go through. So it's like I give them credit. I'm not getting into debate about whether abortion's right or wrong or forced miscarriage, but like it does point out like if we go back to like a time where abortions are not available, we could see a lot of horrifying shit like this happen again. That's not good. Not at all. Women having to do shit like Laura Linney's character had to do in this movie. But yeah, like I said, I liked this movie a lot. It was alright. It's definitely nothing to go out of your way to see in a theater. There's a lot, like I said, I see Mission Impossible, the new Spider-Man, stuff like that are a lot better. But it's not a bad movie. It's a movie I'm sure a lot of older people are gonna love, and probably your mom. Easy movie to take your mom to, or something like that. It's a fine movie. It's only an hour and a half too. It's very short. It flies by pretty fucking quick. So yeah, it's not a bad movie. Next week is a big week in movies, because next week is Barbie and Oppenheimer, or as somebody lovingly has called it, Barbenheimer. That I love that somebody combined the two names called Barbenheimer. But yeah, both movies like this is next week's one of the biggest weekends in movies this next weekend. Yeah. And Hollywood right now is in shambles with all the fucking shit with Screen Actors Guild and Writers Guild going on strike Who the fuck knows what's going to happen with the future of Hollywood right now and the future of movie theaters, for fuck's sake. Theaters are fucking trying to recover from COVID and the pandemic, and now we had this shit on top of it. That's not good. Like, the box office is starting to kind of go back to normal, and then we have this shit happen. That's not good, man. Holy shit. I mean, I'm all supportive of the Screen Actors Guild and Writers Guild, but man, yeah, this is not a very bright future we got ahead of ourselves, especially coming next year, because there's a lot of big movies. I don't know if anybody knows, but there's a lot of big movies that are halted their productions. They're supposed to come out next year because of these strikes, and who knows if we were going to get them. Movies like Beetlejuice 2, Mortal Kombat 2, what was Mission Impossible? Yeah, we might be a while before we get a fucking finale to that movie that I just saw on Wednesday. So who the fuck knows? I have no idea what's gonna happen. It's gonna be interesting. So yeah, but till then, tomorrow or next week, I got, like I said, guys, Barbie and Oppenheimer. I'll have a review probably on Thursday for Barbie and Oppenheimer on Friday. And until then, I'll talk to you guys later.